Good morning. Dear students, we will go for discuss the cost accounting 2. As per syllabus of the VSK University Ballari, I explained in the syllabus in the previous class. Then according to the syllabus, we have to go for a discussion. The first model is concerned for unit or output costing. In the first step, we have to discuss the introduction. This method of costing is also known as the output costing, or it is also called the single costing. Why it is called output costing? On the basis of the output manufactured or produced, the total cost incurred for the production can be divided by the number of units produced. On the basis of the output, where you have to determine the cost, so that it is called output costing, and it is also called the single costing, because for single unit of output, what is the actual cost is incurred can be determined with the help of the unit costing. This method is called unit costing because every unit of production is identical in all the respects, and the cost unit is the standard product. The method is also called single costing since the process of production comprises only one stage or a single operation. It is also called output costing because it is a method adopted by a concern producing single article on a large scale. Single article means uniform kind of products now that can be manufactured in large scale. It is applied where the production is uniform. The entire expenditure is incurred on one uniform type of production. Under output costing, production units are identical. The cost per unit is ascertained by dividing the total cost by the number of units produced. Output costing is especially applicable to mining quarries. Mining quarries, probably coal mining, or it may be iron ore companies, are using the unit costing system or single costing system. The method which used to ascertain the cost of a product or service is called unit costing. This method is to be used for the ascertainment of the cost. Differs from industry to industry. The cost may be differ as compared to one industry to another industry because it is depending upon the nature of the industry and size of the industry. The unit or output costing is suitable for the industry where the goods are manufactured in units and are identical in nature. As its name implies that unit or output costing is a method of costing under which the cost of a single product which is produced by continuous manufacturing process, and it is ascertained or determined. It also determines the amount of each element constituting such cost. As far as meaning of unit cost is concerned, unit costing is a method of costing applied to ascertain the cost per unit of output or production where standard and identical products are manufactured. It means the cost per unit of output can be ascertained by taking into consideration that all the direct, indirect cost of the manufacture. It may be direct materials, indirect materials, direct labor, fixed overheads, and variable overheads. It is applied in those undertakings where units of output are identical and the most units are physical and nature. It is ideally used in those concerns which produce only one product. Only one product, you don't understood that producing only one unit of output. The identical units now that can be produced in large scale. It means now that is a homogeneous product, or two or more grades of one product in large scale continuously. Then once it is starting to produce, then it continues its operation for a long period of time. This method is therefore mostly commonly used in case of industries like mining industries and quarries, collieries companies, breweries, the brick industries, cement works, flour mills, and cement works, then sugar industries, milk, textile industry, electrical appliances, etc. And how the cost per unit or cost per unit can be determined. Then, as already explained, the total cost of production can be divided by the total units produced. Total cost where it is rupees 2 lakhs, then units of output is 10,000 units during that particular period. 2 lakhs divided by the 10,000, we can get 200 rupees per unit. Then unit costing used for this purpose. And importance of a unit or output costing is concerned. What is the importance? Why it is used? Then first one is that ascertainment of the cost. You know very well, the objective of the cost is to ascertaining the cost. Under that, unit or output costing is also using to ascertain the cost of the output. It helps in ascertaining the total cost and cost per unit at different stages of the production. Different stages of the production means that where it is passing from different processes, then in different stage what is the actual cost, now that can be ascertained. And at the same time, it helps in controlling the cost. Controlling the cost means then on the basis of the past figures, one will taking into consideration, and they can be compared with the present cost of production. If the present cost of production where it is more than the previous cost of production, then the management enters into investigation to control the cost. Then what are the reasons to increase the cost of nowadays production? If there is any nowadays leakage, wastage is concerned in regarding the nowadays materials, or it may be idle labor is concerned, the management will go for correct them. And third one is concerned for fixation of the selling price. Then on the basis of the cost of production, the management will go for fixing the selling price. The selling price is to be fixed after considering the certain rate of profit. On that basis, they will go for fix the selling price. Now for that price they can sell in the market. And fourth one is concerned for submitting the tenders. Sometimes the customers can nowadays ask, or they can nowadays invite the nowadays quotations. Then in this regard, they will go for submitting the tenders in regarding then what is the cost per unit that can be charged in supply. Then in this case, it helps the business in ascertaining the tender price by providing information about estimated cost on the basis of the past data. Past data can be taken into consideration. Then what is the market price of raw materials in the market? Then what is the labor per hour or per day? Now that they can be taken into consideration, and they will go for submitting the tenders. And the unit or output costing is also helps to formulating production policy. The production policy are guidelines that can be followed by every industry. On the basis of the policy and guidelines, they will go for produce any article or single unit of output. Therefore, it acts as a guide to the manufacturer and helps in formulation of a profitable production policy. And lastly, we have to discuss the limitations of unit or output costing. It is not free from any limitations or disadvantages. It also suffers from certain limitations or disadvantages or concern. Then first and foremost limitation of the output or unit cost is concerned. Now the unit cost is based on historical cost. Historical cost means the cost which is incurred in the previous period, they can be taken into consideration to ascertain the cost of production. Therefore is one of the limitation. Then it is being basically of historical nature, suffers from all the defects of historical costing. It means cost which is incurred already recorded in the books of accounts, they can be taken into consideration. And secondly, useful only for homogeneous products. The unit costing or output costing is used or useful only for the homogeneous product, but not for a heterogeneous product. Now it has to be useful for both types. It may be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Therefore it is one of the limitation. It is only useful for the homogeneous nowadays products. And thirdly, not sufficient for cost control. The cost control means first one have to identify if there is any loss is concerned, that is material losses are concerned. Then what are the causes for the material losses, they can be ascertained. Then what are the measures to be taken to control the cost. And in case of the labor is also concerned, then what is the idle labor, then how many hours now that can be wasted during the production or during the period of attendance. Now it does not helps to control the cost. This costing system simply determines total cost and per unit cost of the product, which is by itself not sufficient for cost control. The standard costing can be used to control the cost. Uniform cost can also be used to control the cost. Simply the unit costing or output costing is not helps to controlling the cost. And fourthly, arithmetical accuracy cannot be checked. Then under this system or method of costing, then arithmetical accuracy cannot be checked means that then double entry system principles or rules cannot be used under the single or output costing system. Therefore then there is no arithmetical accuracy or particular formula which is not used to ascertain the cost. Therefore arithmetical accuracy lapses the control the cost or ascertain the nowadays cost. Therefore arithmetical accuracy cannot be checked under this system. You see, remaining the pro forma of the cost sheet and why the cost sheet are used to ascertain the unit or output costing, we have to discuss in the next session. Then remember what are the factors we have discussed so far. Remember all these and go for make it notes whenever it is necessary. I will send the assignment questions, then answer for those assignment questions. Thank you.